Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Legacy Trainer and thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join me on today's Pokemon Go PvP video. Today's video is a video called the Spring Cup Great League Edition. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. We're going to be having a great time. We're going to win, we're going to lose. We're also using three really fabulous Pokemon. We are using Alolan Ninetales as our starter. We're also going to Roserade, which is our second, and we have Poliwrath as our third Pokemon for this PvP event. And each of them are using different moves. First off, Alolan Ninetales is using Charm, Psyshock, and Weather Ball. Roserade is going to be using Weather Ball as well with Bullet Seed and Grass Knot. And Poliwrath is going to be running Ice Beam, Ice Punch, and Dynamic Punch. This is going to be really interesting. Hope you guys enjoy this. If you guys are new to this channel, please go ahead and hit the like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hit those notifications. Leave me some comments in the comment section below. Follow me, of course, on the social medias on X and Instagram. I'll leave links in the description below. Not to mention, don't forget we are on Twitch and Kick doing lots of live streaming like League of Legends, Pokemon Unite, Fortnite, Minecraft, and so much more. And of course, we're on TikTok. Check us out on TikTok. Make sure you hit that follow button. I appreciate that so very much. And without further ado, let's jump right into today's Pokemon Go PvP video. Alright guys, here we go with the first match of this video for PvP. We've got our Alolan Ninetales, we've got our Roserade, we've got our Poliwrath. We're ready. We're just waiting on an opponent. As soon as we get the opponent, we'll jump into the game. There's our opponent. Let's go. Poliwrath, Celebi, here we go. Building up the energy right off the bat. We're going to get to out energy right off the bat. We're going to fire it off because we want to make them use their shields. That's the big thing with this, guys. You want to make them waste their shields, because if you can get them to waste the shields, the late game is going to be so much easier for you, and it's more beneficial late game. Obviously, we're going to shield this. We don't want to take this damage here, unfortunately. And they're going to stab to the Killer Turtle, the Caracosta. We're going to get to a Psyshock. We're going to see if we can fire that off to do some damage. They shield that. Unfortunate for us. We're looking at this. I'm not going to shield this because I don't want to. It's kind of a waste for me to waste my shield. We end up losing our Alolan Ninetales. Unfortunately, we're going to bring in the Poliwrath to see if we can do it. It's water versus water, guys. What's going to happen? We're going to shield this, because if we don't, we may end up losing our Poliwrath. We really don't want to, especially when we had some energy already built up with our Poliwrath. That's a huge thing when you have power, like ability power already built up, or energy in this sense. And now we've got Roserade versus Shaman, and it's crazy grass versus grass, but luckily for me, I have Weather Ball, which is going to do a lot of damage to their Shaman. And then one more Weather Ball coming right up here. Let's see what happens. Boom to the Shaman down, and the Celebi comes back in, and we've got enough for another Weather Ball. So we just fired off 3 Weather Balls right there, and now they don't have any shields left. That's a GG for us. Good games to my opponent. Let's go. Alright guys, we are waiting for the next match. Biggest thing is, if you can get, like I said, and if you can get them to waste their shields right off the bat, it makes the late game so much better. Here's our next opponent. So Poliwrath versus the Galarian Rapidash. So here we go. First off, obviously we're going to start building up energy like usual. We're going to get to our Ice Punch. We're going to fire it off. They sub into Basculin. Whether they're going to shield or not, they do shield. So that's one of their shields gone. We're just going to sit there and start tagging out to our Roserade. They actually have their ability up. We're not going to shield this. Doesn't do a lot of damage to us. We're going to get to a Weather Ball, but we're hemming and hawing, but we do fire off the Weather Ball. They shield again. Now this is the big thing, guys. Right here, they have already wasted both shields. Both shields are gone. This Grass Knot going through big damage, and then on top of that, they don't have any shields, and that's a huge thing. It's a huge disadvantage when you do that. Their Galarian Rapidash is back in here. We get to another Weather Ball. We're gonna fire that one off. Lots of damage to the Galarian Rapidash, and obviously we're not gonna shield this. Our Roserade did her job. We appreciate that. Poliwrath is in to knock him down. Then we've got the Duck is in here. So we're going to do a Dynamic Punch to the Duck. No shields for this person. That duck is taking lots of damage. And then we are going to get to another ability, Ice Beam, or Ice Punch. I love calling it Ice Beam, but it's Ice Punch. And we fire off the Ice Punch, boom, knocking the duck down. GG to my opponent. Good games. That was crazy. See, double shields gone. Very crazy. All right, guys, let's get on to the next match. See what happens. See what kind of opponents we're gonna have. Here we go. Poliwrath versus the Alolan Ninetales, and let's go. Start building energy. They're not firing back. I'm very concerned about this, so we tag into Roserade, start building some energy up, and we're gonna fire off a Weather Ball. They're not fighting back at all. So I'm kind of confused at this point, but I'm thinking maybe they just forgot they were in a battle or something. We take down the Alolan Ninetales. Now we're waiting. We could be waiting for a long time, but the funny thing here is that all of a sudden they send in the Leafeon, and they're fighting back. So what I'm thinking happened here is they forgot they were in a battle. All of a sudden they looked over at their phone. They realized, oh my god, I'm actually battling right now. So they're like, oh my gosh. So they're already down a Pokemon. They're gonna have to start using their shields, which they do. They've just blown both their shields. So they're at a... First off, they're down one Pokemon. They're also down 2 shields. They're definitely in trouble at this point. So right now we're just firing off a Weather Ball. They have no shields. This is big damage here. We're just going to keep building energy up until another Weather Ball. We're going to fire it off the Weather Ball. We could have just let our Pokemon die or see if we could have got to the end, but better safe than sorry sometimes. And their final Pokemon is the Voltorb. We're thinking, what do we bring in? I'm going to bring in the Alolan Ninetales just to start building up some energy. We're going to figure that we're going to get to... well, we don't get to anything right now. We're going to shield this because, I mean, we got 2 shields. Why not? We're going to build up to our Ice Punch, and then we're going to fire off the Ice Punch. And unfortunately, they don't have any shields to block this Ice Punch. It's going to do a lot of damage, and it's going to give us the victory. So GG to my opponent. Good games. All right, on to the next battle. Let's go. Here's our opponent. So Poliwrath out. The Alolan Ball Executor. Oh my gosh, crazy. Anyway, building up to an energy. Unfortunately, they get to their special first. I decide not to shield this. I don't know what I was thinking, but we take a lot of damage there. Kind of throws me off my rocker. I'm just like, Ice Punch, let's see what happens. They shield it. We're going to try to get to another one. Unfortunately, they're able to knock us down before we can get to another one. So we bring in Roserade. We're just building up energy. And then even for this, we're going to shield because we do not want to take another blast of damage. So we shield that, we get to our Weather Ball. We're going to fire the Weather Ball off. However, we have a second built up, so we can almost think that we can do another Weather Ball or another Grass Knot. But we're going to do another Weather Ball because they have taken care of most of their shields. Their shields are all gone, so we're doing okay. I make another boop here. I do not shield this, and it is super effective. Takes me right out of the thing. My Alolan Ninetales is the sole survivor here. We're like hoping anything's possible here. So I have to battle 2 Pokemon. It's a 2-on-1 attack. I'm going to shield this. This is the last shield I have. He still has another Pokemon in the back line, which he brings out his Feraligatr. Unbelievable. I get to a second Shy Shock, which fires the first one off. Still have enough for a second one, but we're just going to build a little bit of energy, knock it down him. Oh my gosh, the Lapras is back in. We get to that second Psyshock, firing that one off. Oh my gosh, this is unbelievable. It's right to the line here. Oh my gosh, I managed to come back, so GG to my opponent. Great game, good games, amazing match. All right guys, time for another match. Let's go. Larian, Ninetales, Roserade, and Poliwrath. Let's see what they can do in this match right here. Here's our opponent. So Poliwrath versus the water type Castform. Here we go. Right off the bat, start building energy. They tag out right away into a Grand Ball. Interesting. We get to an ability. We're going to tag out to a Roserade. Unfortunately, I think I may have made a misplay here, but we're going to shield this because we don't want to take that damage from the Grand Ball. And obviously he gets up to his ability again, so quick to come back on us. We take that damage. We get to a Weather Ball. We're going to fire off the Weather Ball right here, hopefully to do some damage or to make him waste a shield. He does use a shield. We get to another Weather Ball. We're going to fire that one off. See if he'll waste another shield. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. He does not. He takes the hit. Let's see what they bring out. They bring out a Leafeon. We managed to get to another Weather Ball. Will they shield this? Nope, they take a lot of damage for that. They do kill my Pokemon. We're going to bring in the Alolan Ninetales. sit there and do some damage. I'm not going to waste my shield here because I don't want to do it. So we take the damage from that, not too bad, but we're able to get down the Leafeon. They're going to finally bring in the weather, the cast form water type. We are going to shield this. We don't want to lose our Ninetales right now. We've got energy built up. We are going to fire off a shot, Psych Shock, hopefully to do some damage to the cast form, which they use their last shield. We're just going for damage at this point. Boom. And now we're bringing in our Poliwrath, and our Poliwrath has a lot of energy built up, so he's pretty strong. But this Poliwrath, he just wants the punch. He likes punching people. So he's just going to punch and punch and punch, and that's all he's going to do. He's not even going to put up a shield here. He wants to punch. He's a puncher. So he's just punching and punching and punching. So GG to my opponent. Good games. Well, guys, these matches have been really great today. It's been real fun. We're jumping into another match with our team. And here we go. Lowen Ninetales versus the Poliwrath. Here we go. So right off the way, we're at a disadvantage. We're going to sub out to our Ninetales, and they're going to be Ninetales versus Ninetales. I think he actually misswiped. He was looking for something else because this really didn't go well for him. His next Pokemon is going to be a Blastoise. And we get to a Psych Shock. We're going to fire that off. Hopefully, maybe he'll use a shield. He does use a shield. We're going to do some more damage, but he kills our Ninetales. We bring in our Roserade. And right here, I do a Weather Ball, which obviously fire and water, you shouldn't be doing that. But we get him to waste his shield, and then we still are able to work our way back up to the Grass Knot. And now that he doesn't have any shields, he's going to be taking the Grass Knot, and that's a lot of damage right there. And we still have 2 shields, so right here we're going to go ahead and shield this up. Why wouldn't we shield it up? We don't want to lose our Roserade. And we end up getting to another Grass Knot. We're going to fire that one off. They don't have any shields, so they're taking this right to the face. Boom. So GG to my opponent. Good games. Thanks for the match. Guys, I think if you take anything away from this, it's the don't double shields. Double shields always end up hurting you really bad. Anyway, we got Togetic versus Poliwrath. And here we go. Right now, not much is happening. We're just building energy. Togetic is going to fire off their ability. I'm not going to shield it. Take a little bit of damage off that. Now we're going to answer back with an Ice Beam. Sorry, Ice Punch. I always like to say Ice Beam. Ice Punch. And they shield. That's fine. We get to another Ice Punch. We're going to fire that one off. We'll see if they actually shield it or not. And they don't shield it. So we are coming down to the wire here. Honestly, at this point, I could have shielded and taken out the Togetic, but I'm just like, no. We gave up that. Bring in our Ninetales. Ninetales takes out the Togetic. Trade for trade. We still have 2 shields versus their 1 shield. We are going to fire off another one of our Weather Balls here and see how much damage we can do. They do not shield it. That is not good. Their last Pokemon is going to be a Tangela versus our Ninetales. We get to another Weather Ball. They are going to have to shield this for sure. Unfortunately for them, Ninetales is just going to keep banging away. We've got 2 shields available. Let's use our shield. Why not? I mean, that was a Solar Beam that would have killed our Ninetales, but unfortunately we're able to get the win. So GG to my opponent. Good games. Alright guys, let's jump into another match. See what kind of opponent we're going to get. We're starting off with obviously our Poliwrath versus Aromatisse, and we're tagging out because we're taking too much damage from that. And then we're going to start pounding away. We're getting some moves up. We're getting some abilities going. We're firing off a Weather Ball right here. And they're shielding. Unfortunately, we're going to have to shield this because if not, we're going to be dead. And then we're going to keep fighting. This is crazy. It's a double KO. Double KO, folks. Oh my gosh. So, you know what? We're going to have to bring in Poliwrath again. And they're going to bring in their Ferrothorn. And we're going to fire off a Dynamic Punch. Hopefully, they will not shield. But you know what? They're probably... Oh, they did not shield that one, guys. They did not shield that one. Okay, we are definitely going to shield this because if not, we're probably going to get killed. And we're just going to poke away, see if we can get to another Dynamic Punch. And we do manage to get to another Dynamic Punch. Now, will they shield? They will definitely shield that. And now they are going to blast us with their ability and takes the Poliwrath down. They tag out to the Lantern. Tongue tied. Anyway, we get to a grass nut. They have no shield. That's a friggin' hit. And last but not least, Ferrothorn's back in. And we're getting to a weather ball. They have no shields. This might be the game. All right, let's go. GG. Good games. All right, guys, last match of the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully it's an amazing match. Let's see. We're starting off with obviously our Poliwrath in the match versus, what's it going to be? Parasect. It's a Parasect in the match. Here we go. We're both basically equal. Nobody's getting any advantage here. Parasect is going to fire off an ability. We are not going to shield it. And they're going to tag out to Cherrim. Cherrim is just like, hey, look at me, I'm Little Cherrim. We're tagging out to Ninetales. They are going to shoot an ability. We are going to take it. Ninetales is going to start building up energy. We're doing a lot of damage here. The second ability they get off, we have to shield it, because if not, we're losing our Ninetales. And then we're going to get to a Weather Ball. We're going to see if we can build a little bit more. Unfortunately, we're not able to, so we're going to double shield. And this is the bad part, guys. Always say double shielding is bad, and it is. We ended up killing that person. They bring out the Greninja. They have the frog Pokemon, the Greninja. We're going to fire off a Psych Shock. They basically shield it. They know what they're doing. They fire off their ability. We're basically out of shields. We're dead there on the water. We're going to tag into our Poliwrath. Right off the bat, we're going to fire off the Weather Ball, or the Ice Punch, sorry. Shields again. So they have basically used both their shields there. We're at no shields apiece. Unfortunate for both of us. Poliwrath gets a hit. And now we get back to another Ice Punch. Let's see if we can do some damage with that Ice Punch on the Greninja. Unfortunately, the Greninja had already subbed out to the Parasect. We sub back in to the Roserade. Holy, switching powers, Batman here. Holy. Anyway, we're going to build up our energy to a Weather Ball. Hopefully we'll be able to get this off. Obviously they don't have shields, so this person's taking it. Dead. Next is the Greninja versus the Roserade, and we get to another Weather Ball. Unfortunately, the Greninja gets to his special first, so because he gets to his special first, our Roserade goes down, brings in our Poliwrath to finish off the job. Oh my god, good games. GG to my opponent. Well played. Well, guys, that's the video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the Spring Cup Great League Edition. I definitely had a great time playing it. If you guys are still new to this channel, please go ahead and hit the like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hit those notifications, leave me some comments in the comment section below. Follow me, of course, on the social medias on X and Instagram. I'll leave links in the description below. Not to mention, don't forget, and I mean this, don't forget, we are on Twitch and Kick, doing lots of live streaming like League of Legends, Pokemon Unite, Fortnite, Minecraft, Dead by Daylight, and so much more. And of course, check us out on TikTok. Make sure you hit that follow button. Check out those nice, amazing TikTok videos. Guys, I appreciate that so very much. And until next time, please take care, stay safe, have fun, and bye-bye.